everybody. And this is not the start that I wanted to this video, but we're here and the moment has presented itself, and that is the most important thing. Going to get into the glass because clearly this is the star of the show right now. It is clearly not my face and what is inside. However, we are interrupting our regular house proceedings with a little bit of veganuary because it seems to be a thing right now. It seems to be trending, and you know me, I have a bit of a thing for vegan food. I'm not a vegan and I will never be a perfect vegan, and I will never be a perfect anything because that is just setting unrealistic standards, don't you think? But we all strive to be, so that is once again the main point. And you must be thinking, Opal, are you even getting to the point at this point? We are going to be trying veganuary for, look, I'm giving it a fortnight at the most. I'm sure we will break the cycle in some stage of this vlog, but I thought I'd share with you some vegan cooking, some grocery shopping, a little bit of vlogging, my thoughts, of course, always my thoughts in between, and also to what I'm wearing as well, because we do have some new bits in, some new foodie bits and some new fashion bits, because that is what my channel ironically is all about. We finally have condensed my interests because I have far too many. Typical Libra, got the fingers in every pie. Food and fashion, guys, this is the channel. This is what we're narrowing it down to for now. Anyway, I'll take you through how I made this smoothie. I might do some narration or you might just see it on the screen. I'm not quite sure because I'm very disorganized. It's my time of the month and it's school holidays. What can I say? I don't think there's any explanation needed for why my personality can't decide if it's going to give today or not. So stay tuned for some holistic, vegan, feed yourself care, an Amazon haul because needs must. As you know, I have an obsession with beverageware, and now I found out I also have an obsession with Amazon, which is not a good thing for my bank account. And also a little bit of hair care. So basically veganuary is not just about eating vegan food. It's actually about being mindful about taking care of your body and of yourself. So that's what this vlog is going to be about. Enjoy. Stick around if you care to find out about any of my musings on this stuff. Also, I may be calling this veganuary. However, this video may not be released in veganuary, which is meant to be typically January. It could be February, it could be March, it could be April. So don't hold me to that, but veganuary or looking after yourself can technically begin in any month of the year. But if you're going to really hold me to the annuary, let's call it, say, January, Feb, which is where we are sitting right now. In, once again, the disjointed timeline of my life. Ah, that was a piece of unblended cauliflower. Love that for me. Feeling so healthy. I would begin this video with a little bit of an Amazon haul. I have not done a haul video in quite some time. For those of you who stay tuned in to my channel, that is because of the chaotic process of basically redoing one's house. I haven't had a lot of time to sit down properly in front of a camera with at least some salvageable makeup on, so don't get too used to this site because this is not going to be the vibe for the rest of veganuary, let me tell you. However, for an Amazon delivery, I thought I would make an exception. Forgive me, I'm going to take off my cardigan. I just took some thumbnails potentially for this video, and I have not been in front of a camera for a while, and I am sweating. I am so back to school nervous right now. What is wrong with me? I'm just basically talking to myself at this point. None of you might even watch this vlog. What am I nervous about? I put so much pressure on myself. I mean, don't we all want to overperform? It's just part of my nature. Anyway, I need to be less concerned with impressing myself and others and just getting on with the show. That would be idyllic. Featuring this dress, which I will talk about towards the end of this little mini haul. Let's get into the Amazon parcel. So haven't ordered from Amazon in quite some time. What gave me the incentive actually was that I was ordering a few things for my children as gifts, and I was on there and of course came across some of my saved old favorites that I've left in my basket for basically probably 12 months, to be quite fair. I do really shop there, but I think I've just started another new addiction. Not that I need clearly anymore. VEGANUARY itself has already been an addiction, which you will see in the following clips, but picked up some essentials that I didn't know I needed until I had them, and now they're basically a part of my everyday routine. And yes, I have pre-opened this box unfortunately because I just couldn't wait that long, but with all the chaos of renovations, for me to sit down and wait to use these products just to film this video, it was just quite ludicrous, to be quite frank. So to give the fact that I won't be shocked and amazed when I open these, you will be getting a review, my personal review on whether these products are worth it. This box, let's see, what have I got in here? Okay, what I featured earlier on, well before this clip, to house my smoothies, a brand new set of 2 ribbed smoothie, I never know what to call these, smoothie containers, smoothie vessels, smoothie drinker, smoothie takeaway. I mean, I guess you could take this in the car, but I'd be a little bit nervous to do that with glass. Fantastic product. I've been trying to hunt down these ribbed glasses forever. I actually saw them on YouTube from a YouTuber who does a lot of like ASMR, and she makes all sorts of things at home, like lovely fruit-based ice cubes, and she makes the most beautiful drinks and smoothies, and she uses these ribbed glasses, and for the life of me I could not find them anywhere until I came across them at Amazon, and they're just the most perfect quality, really thick glass, arrived in a day or 2. So impressed with the shipping from Amazon, I must say, as I really couldn't wait for my delivery to come, and I didn't have to wait that long. I was actually quite skeptical of ordering glassware through Amazon because I have before, because I wanted to order, which is the next on my wish list, order a boba tea version in glass with a thicker straw, if this even exists by the way. And I actually did find one that I thought would be the best fit for purpose, and it arrived all broken unfortunately. I even emailed the seller, never heard back, and then as time passed and the chaos of renovations, I just never got around to following it up, and I just lost my money. So one hint I would say when ordering from Amazon, try to order from your home country. These obviously were in a warehouse, didn't have to travel far, I didn't have to get them shipped from overseas, whereas the other one I think potentially was from China. It took a while to get to me, and then when it did, of course it was broken and also was not packaged properly. As you can see, this is packaged to the hilt with lots of foam, even individual compartments for the lid and the actual glassware and the straws. So couldn't praise the seller more for this. Another product that I have been crushing on for like ever because of my love for food Instagram is another set of glasses that come with a set of straws that are a lot shorter. When I ordered this, I actually thought these glasses would be a bit longer, but that's okay. I have actually found a longer version and I will be ordering those as well. But I have been obsessed with these curvy glasses. I have just been seeing them everywhere on Instagram, and you know how I'm very particular with what I eat or drink out of. It just aesthetically, what it looks like just changes the way that it goes down, the way I digest it. It could be a mental disease, but the doctor's out on this one. I'm quite happy to live with my disease. I do not need to be medicated for my obsession. Well, debatable. Anyway, these are quite short, and obviously the straw sits like so. They come with straight straws and bent straws, but this would be lovely when you're entertaining friends and you're just sipping on something. It would be nice for a little gin and tonic actually. Not that I drink that anymore, but maybe even a little mocktail or a mini smoothie. Although my smoothies are never quite mini. But anyway, they're cute and that's what matters. Again, brilliantly packaged individually in foam compartments, no bubble wrap in sight, and a really good place to actually rehouse them if you have no spaces in your cupboards and you have to stash things under the bed like I do. Now, last bit of beverage wear for today, not forever, because the collection continues to grow. I have been really noticing this really groovy trend. When I say groovy, I mean wavy, eclectic, real 1970s vibes I'm getting from fashion, homewares, all kinds of things. Saw by accident, did not have my eye on these until I was scrolling. These super cute coloured wavy straws. Aren't they just adorable? I will take one out to show you. I think it would be absolute hell to clean these, but I'm willing to go there to experience my beverage through a wavy straw. It's like stepping back into my childhood. You know those curly plastic straws and you used to sip your Milo out of them and it would get all gross and yucky and you'd still want to drink out of it even though your mum said it was full of bacteria and you couldn't clean it. Back then, there were no brush or straw cleaners. There was no such thing. All the rage now, but now you can give your children their favourite beverage with a cute straw and know that at least they can reuse them. So good for the environment and a little cute moment for your family. Random purchase, has no link to any of the other purchases in this box and still yet to use this one, so unfortunately I cannot give you a review. This hickory liquid smoke. This ties in with Veganuary because a lot of the recipes that I was seeing for marinades, especially the tofu marinades, called for liquid smoke. You can actually make a vegan bacon with this. I've been thinking about this product for years, but just never saw it at the shop, so it kind of disappeared in and out of my psyche. But when I googled it on Amazon, there it was, straight away, and now it's in my hot little hand and I can actually use it for the first time. So very excited to give this a go. May not be in this vlog, but in vlogs to come, we will test it out and see if it delivers on the culinary smoke factor. Now to the most crucial part of this Amazon haul is actually a very important one. I'm actually getting serious with you now, people. Hair care. Aforementioned, I have been experiencing some post-breastfeeding hair loss and I did a lot of Googling about this because it was out of control. I was losing chunks of hair in my hand every time I washed it, washing my hair once a week like a good girl, like we're all meant to do. However, upon Googling, I discovered that apparently not all good girls need to wash their hair once a week, that we all have different scalps and they all need to be taken of in different ways. So apparently for people with thinner hair or dark hair, you tend to get more oily more often. And I found by the end of the week, my goodness, there were things living in my scalp. So I'm also experiencing a lot of build-up, I guess. I discovered that twice a week for me is the new sweet spot for washing my hair, because apparently if you let your hair get too dirty, you block the follicles and it therefore blocks those shards of hair from coming through the scalp, which we do not want to do. We do not want to be closing any portals to the next hair dimension. Oh my gosh, always so dramatic. Another thing I discovered upon doing some research that I've also seen online is people using rosemary oil in their hair, and my hair was already oily, so I thought, why would I add more oil to my hair? But apparently rosemary oil is clinically proven to help with hair growth. Not only that, but it's antibacterial and, sorry, I was just clarifying my thoughts here. Antibacterial, and also was clinically proven because they measured the results from using the natural rosemary oil in your hair as compared to a medication called minoxidil, which I have been recommended in the past but never went there, which is medication to aid hair growth, and rosemary oil came up just as well. So this is a really nice natural alternative for those of us who want to encourage the growth of our scalp but also keep it nice, refreshed and clean. It has the most gorgeous smell. This one is rosemary and mint scalp and hair strengthening oil by a brand called Meali, or Miel perhaps. Anyway, This was only $13 on Amazon. Inexpensive for what it is. What made me choose this particular one, it was top ranked in a Cosmopolitan article that I was reading. The most inexpensive, and also what you're looking for is that rosemary oil comes up in basically the top four or five ingredients, in which it does. So it really is an essential oil you're putting on your hair. I also love that it comes with a, what do they call this? Squeezy bit. Oh, she's on it today, folks. She is on the dialogue. And it's very satisfying to use this pipette. That's the word. That's the fancy word I was searching for. It comes with a glass pipette, which is so satisfying to hear in the bottle if you're an ASMR girly like myself. And what I've been doing is making lines down my scalp, so starting with the middle and then making part lines all the way through, and literally just oiling each section, giving it a good rub and wiping the excess on my ends. Now, this only occurred to me, like, this is the brainchild of myself. Women have been doing this for centuries, by the way. I thought I was being a genius. I thought, look, I can't really be sleeping on my pillowcase with oily hair at night, because I really wanted it to sink in and do its work. So I thought I need some kind of a hat or a shower cap, and I thought a silk bonnet. Heaps of these on Amazon. This was by a brand called Hair Hut. I am pleased to say that it was beautifully packaged, and I was a bit skeptical about this purchase because I thought it was more satin rather than silk. But apparently this product is claiming to be a silk / satin. So I'm not sure if it's a pure silk. However, the feeling of it is very, very high quality. Also reversible. One thing I can claim, this is not cute, especially with my glasses on because I'm blind. It's really not a look you want to be wearing in front of your significant other. However, I remind him and me that these are the high maintenance things we as women must do to be low maintenance in the future. So I'm basically setting my scalp up for success with looking like Mother Hubbard twice a week. Finally, in this Amazon haul, and I'm sure you're as relieved as I to reach the end of this segment because, oh, the nerves, the butterflies in the tummy, and I also feel like I need to wet my palette. I'm feeling very dry from the nerves. So basically, I was looking for these. What are these, Opal? Well, let me demonstrate. These are little wristbands that you wear while washing your face. For years, I have hated the fact that when I'm washing my face, the water basically drips down my elbow, onto the floor, onto my outfit, and it's just one messy, awkward situation. Found a girl using these online in just a little short video. This was probably a year or two ago, people. I have really been holding off on these life essentials, and when I found these on Amazon, they also happened to come in a pack with a lovely bungee wavy headband, again continuing on the wavy groovy theme. I already have one of these in purple, but black would be another lovely addition. I use this every night when washing my face to pull my hair back. It's been a game changer, and these are just going to take my taking the day off routine just that much sweeter. All these products will be linked down below, and we're going to end by me finishing up with this dress. Now, I haven't been able to wear many nice things around here lately because, as you know, we have been going through a lot of renovations in basically every part of the house. There is nowhere to escape to, save now this is the new bedroom for my two sons. So this is a safe space at the moment for me to sit down quietly and have a bit of one-on-one time with you guys. So I'm going to do a haul in here because we still don't have full access to the bedroom yet. I'm saving that for a big reveal in later vlogs. But through all the chaos of the last few months, I really wanted to treat myself to something nice to wear for summer because I haven't yet been able to wear one nice summer outfit so far, and I still want to do a summer haul with you and go through some really cute outfits, but we will see how the timeline of my life works out. As you know, it often doesn't go very well for me. Right, now can we actually see me? Can we... Oh, we've got our lighting streaming down the bosoms right now. Okay, we can see part of me. That is a positive. I'll just shift you back. Ooh. Okay, my head is most likely going to be, oh no, You haven't cut the head off. Wonderful. We have a torso. Great. This dress is very similar to a dress that you have seen in one of my previous vlogs. Okay, can you pretend that I'm intelligible today, because I feel like I cannot speak. Camera shy. Need to get over that. The dress, quite simply, is from a brand that I love but can obviously not afford to keep up the habit of purchasing from, because these are from a designer called Rosemary Copenhagen. Not sure if the brand is actually founded in Copenhagen. However, they do beautifully rich cotton pieces. The fabric is not like a rough cotton. It's very, very soft and brushed, so it feels absolutely like silk on the skin. Breathable. That was their main selling point to me, is that it was a natural fiber, high quality, but their designs are also super, super cute and really different for me. As you can see, this is not really giving a beige minimal aesthetic right now. It is giving candy shop, to be quite fair. However, I just loved these herringbone lines. I thought they would just be super, super complimentary. I also love the fact that this dress goes to the floor. Don't mind the mess, and thought that was really nice and elegant for when you want to be a bit more covered up on those hot days but still feel nice and cool. Loved the colors as well. I'm not sure if you can see, I think this light is probably deceiving with the colors, but we have pinks, yellows and blues and a bit of grey thrown in there on the stripe. Very, very fun. Thought I would reveal the name of this dress. It is the Amara strap dress. I'd say this fits a size 8 to 10 for anyone who is looking for Rosemary Copenhagen sizing. It's a nice between size. Their clothes aren't too figure hugging, which is what we like around here. Comfort is king. Here's a nice close-up of the texture of the fabric, which is very meticulously made and woven, and you can really get a gauge for those lovely candy stripe colours. And just thought I would grab out a purchase that I've made from Rosemary Copenhagen before. So I've already featured this dress. It is a candy stripe short sleeve wrap dress, which I wore for my nonna's 90th birthday, the last time I wore this, but plan on reusing this again and again in the spring summer months. Beautiful, breathable, you're comfortable yet stylish, and very, very celebratory. So I think you can see the vibe of Rosemary Copenhagen is very much colourful. There's a lot of stripes and beautiful feminine prints, but really falling in love with this brand. I purchased these off the Iconic. I will link the brand down below. I'm not sure if these pieces are available anymore because we don't get to touch base too often, guys. I apologize, but I'm sure these kinds of pieces will come around season after season. Anyway, I have chatted enough about my nerves, my hair, and my glassware, and we're going to continue on with the food, because a lot of you probably did tune in for that, and this is just an unnecessary stopover, so I apologize for wasting your journey in this life. We're going to now make some more food, and I'm feeling lasagna. I came across a recipe on Instagram, which I got a lot of these recipes from. There's so many wonderful creators out there that they top me. They're just so clever the way that they think. But I found a recipe for a lentil lasagna with a cashew bechamel and tofu ricotta balls. Super interesting. Also involves a kale pesto as a drizzle on the top. Never had a lentil lasagna before. Have made a lentil shepherd's pie and really enjoyed it. So really curious to give this one pot meal a go. So we're going to go forth, probably de-glamour, and get to some more Veganuary. Clearly time for me to eat again because I'm at this point non-functional, okay? we can all see that. Also decided very last minute what I may do if I have time at the end of this vlog is actually demonstrate how I use the Rosemary Hair Oil and then pop on my bonnet so you can see the look and the reality of the glamour of self-care, because it ain't all glamorous like they show you on Instagram, people. It's very raw and real, and a sight that you would never even want to even show your children, because it is that confronting. But anyway, moving on. Okay, let's give this vegan sheep lasagna a try with the kale pesto. And children are back now. It's been very stressful. It's also very hot, so I don't want to cook for the rest of the afternoon. I had planned to cook for the meat eaters, but I'm too hot, I'm too tired, and that was just so stressful. Not the recipe, it's just I always have these ideas a bit too late in the day. Oh my gosh, guys. I actually thought there was too much lemon in this recipe because there's lemon in the pesto and the tofu ricotta topping. Yeah. You want more? Okay. I get you more, but it's actually really good. And I'm also really hungry. Okay. I'm being summoned away. We will catch up soon. In a nutshell, it's good. Try it. Try it, you'll like it. Don't panic. It'll all be okay.
I'm coming. Oh, lovely. So, we have taken a break from Veganuary, or just vegan cooking month, I guess, to have the absurdity to make a pool underneath the scaffolding that is consuming the backyard. And that is no lie, guys, it literally, well, we don't have much of the backyard, but it's consumed basically the entire place. And let me tell you now, just to get the hose alone was literally a miracle. Not to mention clearing the debris and yeah, making sure the water was clean, finding the inflator for the pool, and then actually inflating it and fitting it in this tiny little space that we actually do have to put it in. But the children are extremely happy, and that of course makes me happy, and all is forgiven and forgotten, of course. So we're going to enjoy this for a little while longer. I just thought I'd share this because this is a very unique experience for all of us, I believe. And I'd be right in there with them whenever it is my time of the month, and I just really don't think I should add to the debris that already is quite a debris-filled situation. Not very, we can call this biting my OH&S, let's put it that way. Okay, we're back. And we're back here in the kitchen doing, ironically, some more cooking. Because it is Veganuary, and that is the theme of this video. I keep telling myself. Why I am slightly resistant right now is because I know the incredible amount of work that is ahead of me. And whilst I love eating vegan and I love eating in general, and I do love to cook, I must say vegan food just involves that little bit more work because you're basically creating the proteins. Whereas say if you had a piece of chicken or meat, you just sort of slap it on a pan and you're done. Whereas this you might have to marinate, which you would a meat as well. Say if there's like a cheese or a cream element or a tofu, you do have to do some prep with that. However, I must say there has never been a time in my life where hard work was never worth it. It always is, people, so don't let hard work ever put you off, says the person who is conveying resistance right now to you. Anyway, regardless, hope you really enjoyed the clips of me fighting with the scaffolding just to get the pool inflated and then the pool filled with water because we didn't have access to water. Just takes me back to times in my life where we didn't have access to running water and conveniences. So I've become accustomed to that life now. So I'm very grateful for the luxuries that we have, such as having a tap right there. Very grateful for the lifestyle essentials we have access to. Anyway, I'm hungry. When am I not? I'm hungry, and I saw a recipe for this microbiome bowl. Don't ask me what makes it microbiome friendly. I'm not even quite sure what that means. I'm assuming it involves a lot of different bacteria that are good for your gut, I'm going to say. Anyway, recipe involves cooking some quinoa, roasting some vegetables, and then topping with a tofu. Now, I do have some tofu, but whilst I was at the supermarket, I spotted something super interesting, which was something called tempeh, and it looks like the kind of Japanese natto. I've never tried that either. Stay tuned, I will be. And it looked like whole beans that were kind of formed into a block. I believe they are soybeans, but apparently they have more of a umami mushroom flavor. And I love the flavor of soy and tofu, but I must say, this tempeh, which I think might be better for you than soy, don't quote me on that, maybe it's not as processed. If anyone knows, do leave a comment. I was just intrigued to try it. So I'm going to top my bowl just with some pan-fried tempeh, nothing too special, and then topping with a tahini peanut sauce. You had me at tahini or peanut. Anything topped with that stuff, I'll eat. So let's go forth and create and see if this microbiome bowl makes me feel good, which I'm sure it will. It's full of veggies. Who doesn't feel good after eating veggies? It's like giving yourself a pat on the back. Well done to you for getting your 5 a day. I think you saw from my last clips how yummy that meal was, and now we are back. And yes, I am maybe looking slightly different because I'm shooting the introductions to each meal through the vlog at a later stage, because I realized, because of again the chaos of the renovation and so forth, I didn't film any of those bits because I didn't have time. There's too many people in the house, there's too many voices, too many noises, and now there isn't. Oh, I know. Who is this? What is this person's life that I'm living? It's not mine. That peanut tahini sauce is something that I would keep as a staple in the fridge. Goes with basically anything. It probably had some more of an Asian twist to it, I would say, because of the peanuts. But you can always adjust the ratios in that sauce. It had, let's see if I can remember, it had, oh, this is funny. It wasn't a microbiotic bowl, it was a macrobiotic bowl, whatever that means again. Sauce consisted of tahini, peanut butter, vegetable broth, toasted sesame oil. I think that's what made it more, I guess, had an Asian twist to it. Maple syrup, I omitted the garlic because it's not really, raw garlic, it's not really for me. And some liquid amios, which is like a sub for soy sauce. It's a bit more vinegary, I'd say, like a black vinegar style. And also some apple cider vinegar, which I did add. I guess omit the sesame oil if you wanted to make it more neutral. However, I do love sesame oil, so I'd literally stick that on spaghetti if I could. We just break all the food laws, traditions and rules on my channel, because at the end of the day, it's about eating what you love with the time that we have left on this earth. Life is too short not to enjoy your favourite things. Anyway, I digress. On to the roasted dinner portion of this Veganuary. That was a lot of cooking today. Like, I don't think I stopped cooking today, and that wasn't including breakfast and washing my hair, of which I need to wash it more, by the way. No more 1 day a week wash. Anyway, enjoying what is remaining of my dinner. I'm halfway through and I'm actually struggling to finish it. It's really, really filling, but that should put me down for hopefully a good night's sleep. We've just had so many sleepless nights with the children this week and it's catching up. So hopefully this dinner will put me in good stead for tonight. But I have to say, loving the vegan life so far, feeling good, feeling very good. I'm practicing a lot more mindful eating. I don't know why, maybe because I plated it all special and I took photos of it and it took hours to prepare that I want to savor every bite. So I do feel like mindfulness and preparing your own food from scratch does make you appreciate it more, and even maybe the flavours are more intense. But whatever I've eaten today has been mind-blowing. Maybe because I worked so hard for it. Maybe that's the key. If it's just given to you, it means nothing. But when you work for it, you reap the rewards. Perhaps it's the same for food. Or perhaps I'm delirious from all the cooking and cleaning for 7 hours straight. That could also be it. Maybe that's the key. Delirium. From overwork. One thing I was super proud of though, with my first day of January, was I didn't waste anything. I used literally all the scrap vegetables from the crisper, some that were on its way out. I even used the lettuce as a side, which I've never done before. Love the texture of that. They were like kind of glass noodles. And even down to the potato skins. Once I peeled the potato skins for the recipe, I thought, why not throw them into the oil and make crispy potato skins? Why throw them in the bin? We can eat that. I also made the gravy from the oil from the potatoes that had been sort of confing those dried herbs. So yeah, nothing went to waste. So hopefully you've gained some helpful cooking tips from this little experience that I just decided to thrust upon myself, because like I said, I love the extra pressure. If my foot is not on the pedal at all times, I don't feel human. Anyway, we'll see how long this lasts. This was like a beginning of the year thing that a lot of people were doing. You can do this obviously anytime of year. I'm not following the rules. I'm doing it midway through a month. So whatever your Veganuary is, I suggest you give it a go. I would say it is a really good start on the path to self-discovery in terms of what food is capable of and what you're capable of, culinary wise of course. Oh, and one last thought, because I have to get them all in before we clock off for today. Roasted celery. I've never roasted a celery in my life. I suggest you go ahead and do it, because that is also, it turns like sweeter, but there's like that intense celery flavor, but in a good way. It's kind of like a caramelized celery flavor, I would describe it as. But yes, don't just stick your celery in your blender, roast it. In fact, if it's on its way out and going a bit wobbly, it's a great time to roast your celery. Yeah, another fun fact that you may or may not have needed to hear from me right now. You're welcome. Useless information. Handy tip to not have any excess wastage with celery in particular. You can store this in the fridge for up to a good month if you pack it really airtight in foil, and this has just been so handy when you need celery to make bolognese, soup, and I've discovered I have a love for roasted celery now. Smoothies as well. Great way to have celery always on hand. Pack it in foil. You won't regret it. One good thing about cooking with all these vegetables is the veggie scraps, and not for composting. We've kind of gone off track with that slightly due to a fruit fly situation. So we're putting a pause on composting. However, we are not wasting our scraps. We are actually reusing them to make stock. I must admit, I sound very confident, but I've never done this before. But apparently if you keep an assortment of vegetable scraps, stick them in the freezer, you can make the most delicious vegetable broth. So I've got a collection here of some lemons, I've got some leeks, I've got some coriander root, some choice ends, a whole bunch of celery leaves. So these will all go in the freezer, and I think I will make a stock out of them soon because I think I will get quite the collection of scraps with the amount of cooking I'm doing lately. Check this out. Oh my gosh, I just realized it was prettier before and I've just dunked more date pecan taste over it. But anyway, another part of Veganuary, you'll see more on my Instagram, but I have just made, I think, the best cookie dough dip dessert pudding ever. And I can't believe it's vegan, and I'm talking really quietly because we have builders here. But as you know, we're interrupting our regular renovation haul for some good food moments. So this is a tofu cookie dough pudding, it's meant to be, and I've just laced it with some date and pecan caramel and Reese's peanut butter chips, which are on their own, but actually I feel like I haven't added enough, but this is definitely a non-sharing dessert. You know what? I am adding some more. I'm unashamedly adding some more because life is short, people. Life is just too short. And yes, this is my little makeshift photography studio on the floor, because this is the only place we get any lighting around here. And once again, I've got to keep my voice low because we have invaders in the studio. So anyway, this is what she's looking like. And we're just going to eat here by the back door. Classy. Anyway, I will leave the recipe either on my Instagram or a teaser on Instagram, and then hopefully one day, if it ever eventuates, we will put it on the blog, which hasn't been created yet because I realized that website building is for people that are tech heads, of which I am not, and know about coding. So I need to find a user-friendly way to make a website. So if anyone knows any solutions to this, that would be great. Anyway, let's resume our regular content wherever I was, but this is where we are right now, enjoying dessert on the floor.